So they asked Jonah, "Who are you?" He says, "I am a Hebrew. I worship the living God." Now, what's really interesting about this in verses 7 through 12, he admits to all of these things. It's my fault. I'm a Hebrew. I fear the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea and the dry land. But Jonah never repents. Did you catch that? Never once is he like, "Oh man, guys, I'm so sorry. I have messed up in a major way. God, please forgive me." He just says, "Yeah, I did it." And what Jonah's trying to teach us here is a really important truth that you and I should be living by. That admittance is not repentance. To admit sin, to admit disobedience, to admit wrongdoing is not for you to go before the Lord or to go before others and actually repent of your sin. And that's so important in this story, because you still see in this story that Jonah does not care. He does not understand God's grace. We're going to see a completely different response from the sailors. Jonah admits his wrongdoing. He admits that this is his fault, but he chooses to not repent. What is repentance? Repentance is this godly sorrow for our sin. And it's not just sorrow from our sin, but it's actually turning away and choosing not to do that or not to live that way anymore. And in this passage, we don't see any sorrow. Now, that's going to change. Next week, we're going to see in chapter 2 something a little bit different. But in chapter 1, in the midst of the storm, in the midst when he's been called out for his sin, there's absolutely no concern. Just admitting, I did it. You will not experience the grace of God without repenting. You will not experience the grace of God without repenting. That grace is always and ever before us. It's like that quote that I shared about the love of God, that never-ending, always and forever, never giving up love. It is always there, but in order to experience the grace of God, it calls us to a response. You and I have to be willing to repent of our sin and to believe, to have faith that grace is for us and that God has paid a great price for us to experience that grace or that unmerited or undeserved favor and love of God.